Microphone is muted. Would not have been the first time I've made a video without turning on the mic the whole time. All right, so here is a very basic overview of some things that I put together here. So just starting off with just 3 pictures, a justification, synectic here to get people kind of going, since it'll be early in the morning, get them rolling. And then introduction to who I am. This is like a way I like to set up, especially my first time with teachers, just about the importance of being a teacher. And I like to lead that into, use that to lead into the SAMR model. So again, the SAMR model is a framework for self-reflection for how we implement ed tech into the classroom. So I'll do a brief overview of this, give some examples, but really the power here is teachers interacting with this at their own pace. So I would then take this and apply this in small groups, so they'll have a chance to individually reflect, and then small groups, and then we'll do some whole group activity where I get them up and moving, and we analyze different scenarios together. And we won't go through all of these examples here. I think I have 6, but we'll go through as many as people kind of have an appetite for. So we'll work through that, just really solidify SAMR and ed tech best practices and set a strong foundation for that. And then we'll move into just some discussion around skills that are necessary for leveraging ed tech tools and all that. Again, this is more of a way to transition and bring things back, and it's a conversation that teachers typically are pretty engaged in and like quite a bit because it kind of makes sense in our brains, but it's also a really good way to set up and frame the importance of like what actually matters in the classroom, which is not tech tools, it's these skills. So we'll have that brief conversation, and then I'll leverage into some transition to some AI stuff. So what you're about to see here is essentially my overview of intro to AI, which is kind of subsumed everything or consumed everything. I'm just kind of off with my vocab today. Consumed all of my stuff when it comes to ed tech, just because it is taking so much up so much space here. So really this next section will be more about teachers using ed tech tools for their own efficiency to save themselves time, that type of stuff. So just a brief intro, what I like to call demystification, really focusing on our own individual productivity, and then like a little bit of playtime and exploration around large language models. So these are major AI tools here, and this is a lot of like, what can this do? So a little bit of just open playtime and explore and share and talk and get a little loud and get a little weird, a little bit of guidance built in there, and then I will go into some basic prompt engineering, which is how do we get out of AI what we want to get out of AI. And then this is all very elementary focused here, where like how can we take this to support ourselves in that efficiency piece and help this save us time. And so building out what a good prompt would look like. Typically, by the time I get to something like this, someone says, why am I even using this thing? Because I can do this stuff without it. And that's a good question. That's what I want to be digging into. The actual answer to that might be, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't get this deep into it if this isn't worth your time. This wouldn't be something you do to replace a process that you have that's very smooth. It'd be to deepen it, make it more meaningful, make it more efficient. And so teachers are meant to kind of piecemeal some of these things. Where can I find an avenue? What might be helpful? And then I've built in a lot of time for teachers to be playing and applying and asking questions and collaborating, working together, because we know that the smartest people in the room is the room itself. So then a little bit of time to apply that here, just using that model and just synthesize that and break that apart and work that together. Then a little bit of demo from me just around what are some other things I can do that are quick wins, that are free. These first 2 are free here, around like what can this do and help you on Monday when kids are back in front of us. I always like to round that up with careful, well, when you're using this as a teacher, to consider these ethical considerations here. So we'll go through that just very, very quickly. And then asking them, where would you like ed tech or AI to save you time? And that's when I break out some of these kind of more popular AI tools. So these are like kind of 5 heavy hitters. This one's a Google tool, but teachers should still have access to it. So these are the ones that I have a tendency to break out and teachers really like and find a lot of value in. So we'll kind of go over what each of these do. They all some of them do like similar things, do crossover, but they all do certain things very, very well. And it's about having the time to dig into some of those things and see what they do and how they can help us. So these we'll kind of go over these, and then I have them all linked here to where teachers can be exploring and playing and applying and asking questions. And then that will mostly bring us to the end of our like 90 minutes, 2 hours there. It'll be pretty jam-packed. Just kind of wrapping up with one last note of like relationships are what's important. AI and tech tools should not be replacing what the teacher is doing. Some things, ways that teachers can stay in contact with me or other things that I'm doing. And then just some feedback there. So really it starts off with getting teachers talking and thinking about that, and then some ed tech best practices, a lot of interaction, and then taking those best practices to move into some specific ed tech tools around AI, and then a lot of application and playtime and collaboration built in there at the end, and I'll be available to support in all of that. All right, let me know what you think. Plenty of time to tweak if we need to.